In Springfield, the place to be is now facing a lawsuit accused of owing more than $80,000 in back rent.
Western Mass News reporter Olivia Hickey joins us live in studio after speaking with the franchise's owner. Olivia?
Chris and Abby, Gina Luari tells me the lawsuit is standard practice, so they can come to an agreement with the property owner that can be filed in court. She tells me they paid all their rent so far for 2024 and are working on paying back the bills that they were missed. Now, the issue is they didn't know their bills were being paid. Instead, over $100,000 ended up in the pockets of a former employee.
This business is everything to us. We built it from scratch, brick by brick, and to have somebody robbed from it, it really hit deep.
The place to be in Springfield was one of the franchise owner Gina Luari's highest performing locations. That took a drastic turn when she learned from her landlord they were behind on rent. She was shocked.
We thought everything was being paid.
Western Mass News obtained the lawsuit filed by the property owner, Springfield Riverfront Development Corporation. It reads in part, as of December 11th, 2023, P2B Springfield failed, refused, or neglected to cure its default, and SRDC served P2B Springfield with a notice of termination, terminating the lease agreement with a copy to place to be as a guarantor. Luari tells Western Mass News the business launched an internal investigation, which found out the general manager stole over $100,000 from the restaurant.
We were being embezzled on all fronts, whether cash deposits, rent checks, everything under the sun.
Rent wasn't the only thing overdue.
There was a lot of vendors, everything across the board that you could imagine that was really not being paid, and one of that was our liquor license.
She tells Western Mass News this caused the restaurant to take a big hit, losing over half of their sales with no liquor license, trickling down to employees who are seeing a cut to their hours and tips.
This is money that was robbed from us that now we have to remake and recoup, all while still paying full rent.
In the meantime, Luari says they are working on a resolution with the landlord to pay back all the money. Luari anticipates their liquor license will be restored by the end of the month. We have reached out to the attorneys representing Springfield Riverfront Development Corporation for comment. We have yet to hear back. Reporting in studio, Olivia Hickey for Western Mass News.
Olivia, thank you.